One of the biggest advantages of using a digital task manager is the ease with which you can get your tasks into the system. The problem is that also leads to its biggest disadvantage. With all those tasks that you've now collected, how do you choose the most important ones? Now, with hundreds of tasks inside your task manager, in fact, I've seen people with thousands of tasks inside their task manager, the difficulty now is that you've got yourself caught up in what Cal Newport describes as pseudo-productivity. And that is measuring your effectiveness by the sheer number of tasks that you complete each day, irregardless of whether it is important or not important. But there is a simple way to actually overcome this problem. And that actually means that there needs to be a shift in the way that you use your digital task manager. Now, what I mean by changing the way that you use your digital task manager slightly is that what we want to do is take advantage of its ability to collect stuff and store stuff, because that's what digital task managers are brilliant at. You could throw 100,000 tasks at it this week and it will accept them quite happily. The problem then, of course, is, well, what do I do in terms of the tasks that's in there now? When do I do them? Well, one of the factors that I've come up with is something that I started doing in February this year, and that is to use a simple A7 notebook. Now, this little notebook is from Maruman, and it's a Mnemosyne little notebook, but you can use any A7 notebook. You don't have to use these specifically. But these are brilliant because they're really small, but what you do is something that's going to keep you focused on throughout the day. Now, part of my morning routine is that once I've finished writing my journal, I will pick up this little notebook, which is always on my desk, and then I will open up my task manager and I will pick the one or probably the 2 or 3 tasks that absolutely must be done today, like the 3 or 2 most important tasks for the day. So today I have my task list right here, the 3 most important things that must happen today, one of which is to record this video, and I have another video to record for somebody else immediately after this. Now, the great thing about this is now going to sit on my desk all day, and I can see whether I've done them or not. Now, I can show you yesterday's. Yesterday's is right here. There was 3 things on my list yesterday, and they were all done. Now, the great thing about this is as soon as I've written this, I can now leave it on my desk, and it's right there. Now, it's sitting in front of me. It's within my eye shot all day. The 3 most important tasks that must be done today. Now, it doesn't mean that that's all I do all day. Of course, I've still got my email stuff to do. I've got a few other little less important things that need to be done. But what this little notebook is doing is it's focusing me on, and it's reminding me all the time about what needs to be done each day. Now, I've been doing this since February. This is just brilliant. I mean, I have got all the tasks in here that I've been doing from February. Now, when I bought these Mnemosyne notebooks, I actually bought a pack of 10. And since February, so this is about 3 months. So this is all the stuff that I've actually done. And this is all that's left in this little notebook. But I bought 10 of them. It's going to last me 2 years based on how these are going. But they are so powerful, particularly if you do your work in one specific spot each day. What I've noticed when working with people through my coaching program is that the biggest problem is the sheer number of tasks they feel they have to do each day. Now, the problem is when you work yourself on a task-based productivity system is it's never ending, because you could have tasks coming at you all day and you have no control really over what is coming at you. When you shift away from that and you start focusing on what's called time-based productivity, which is my whole philosophy, you are actually now give yourself some real constraints, because you've only got X amount of time each day, and hopefully you're not working 18, 19 hours a day. So you actually have constraints for your working day and you've got constraints for your personal time. And the wonderful thing about that is now you can actually decide what you can get done that day. Now, the thing about these little things, these little notebooks, is these 3 things are probably going to take me, I would say, will take me about 6 hours today. These are the most important things today. It doesn't really matter if I don't get some of that little other stuff done. I mean, I'm going to try, but it doesn't matter. These must be done. And this is where one of the greatest things about these are. Clicking a button to check a task off, particularly when there's hundreds of tasks, isn't really that much of a pleasure. But you can pick up your favorite pen. And today we have a Sailor Pro Gear, which actually has a 21 karat gold nib. But this is a special edition. This one here is a Sailor Pro Gear Imperial Black. Now, I actually love this pen. I love the way that Japanese nibs actually write. Now, this one is the one I usually use every morning to write out my to-dos. Although today I did actually use a different pen. But the thing is, that was the fountain pen segue. But the thing about this is, I find that scratching these off or checking these off as the day goes on is a much more fulfilling feeling because I've only got 3 things on here and I've only got 3 things on here. And there is such a joy in getting these checked off. The other thing is the motivation you get once you've got 2 of these done and you've only got 1 thing left. I can assure you, you will be hyper-focused on getting that last one done. It's an incredible, simple, yet wonderfully powerful way of getting the right stuff done each day. Now, over the last few weeks, or months, I have been doing a lot of videos on using paper and digital together. There is a way that both come together because you can use the power of both. This is one of those things. I find this and this is a superb way of ensuring that the right things are getting done each day. And one final thing is that you can actually do this as a competition with yourself, because what you can do is you go through the days, you can see how many days can you go without breaking the chain, so to speak, i.e. crossing off all your tasks for the day. The best I've actually done is 8 days, and then there was one I couldn't do because of circumstances. But it is a wonderful way to motivate yourself to actually get the right things done each day. The other, and probably one of the other advantages of this is when you're actually writing these out, you're stepping back and you're looking at the bigger picture instead of being stuck in the weeds, trying to bury your way out with all those hundreds of tasks. This gets you focused. I can assure you it's probably one of the cheapest things you'll ever do. You don't actually have to use a Mnemosyne notebook. I mean, they might be a little bit more expensive, but you can pick up these A7 notebooks anywhere. I will put a link, by the way, to the pack of 10 that I bought because, wow, this is going to last me 2 years, so I don't actually have to buy any more notebooks for 2 years. And it's a lot of fun, and it gets you really focused on what's important today. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you want to learn more about working with paper and digital tools, then this video up here is the one I suggest you watch next.